almost every day we read and almost every day we forget. So next time when we have to read or study, we will be questioning what guarantee is there that I will remember what I study. Yesterday I studied, today I don't remember anything. Today if I study, what guarantee is there tomorrow I will remember? This is a simple question anybody will ask. Which is why the whole process of studying as well as remembering and then trying to write it in the examination will be a painful process that we will not be able to enjoy doing it. So, for the first instance, we will take up something about reading. Now, what do you know about reading? Is it essential?
Yes.
In what way?
We will only get the information when we read it.
Okay. Then how much information should we get when we read?
If possible, all.
Okay. Are we getting all?
No.
Why?
Not
As you said, something is more attractive than what we have.
It's not merely because it is attractive. There are certain strategies that is not known or that is not taught or that is not trained or that is not even being made aware of, which we lose out in the whole education system, which is what I am going to show you. Just because you can cut a vegetable doesn't mean that you can become a surgeon. This is an ability which anybody can learn, anybody will have. Should we stop at the ability level or should we increase it to a skill level? Is the question that we need to ask. So what do you think?
We need to increase it to
Skill level. So that we become proficient in what we do. A skill is something which is being relegated to the subconscious so that automatic process happen on its own. Are we able to read subconsciously? So that just we read whatever and automatically things go to us? No. All of us can read, but very few can actually read it as a skill. We are able to read, but we don't have the skill to read. Okay? So our job now is to convert our reading ability into reading skill. Once we learn that, it becomes automatic so that we don't have to bother. All our job is to find out what we need to read it, retain. Today what is happening, we read everything, but we don't know how much to remember, what not to remember, what to actually read, what not to read. Because many a times we read the same thing over and again because we have forgotten we have read it earlier. How many times we read the same thing without knowing we have already read it. After finishing reading we say maybe I have read it somewhere, where I don't know. So suppose you had it as a skill. Even when you read the first sentence itself, you know you have already got it. You don't have to waste your time rereading it. You can skip that and say, okay, already I know this, let me know something I do not know. Okay, which is why I have given you one of my secrets in my 59 secrets to studying. Know what you know what you do not know. If you do not know what you do not know, you will not know what to do with what you know. Which is where the greatest problem is. So once you have this under control, if I know what I know and if I also know what I don't know, I can only go to what I don't know and make it known to me. If I don't know what I don't know, I will not know what to do. Because everything I will go through and then try to mix it up, which is why we get confused all the time. Any question we read, until we read the question we are thorough. But the moment we read the question, confusion will come, especially if it is objective type where 4 choices are given. So if they have not given the 4 choices, probably would have written the correct answer. The moment we look at the 4, immediately confusion will start. Which is why, because we have not actually mastered it. We have just known it, but we have not mastered it. So the essence of a skill is to master. So how do we do that? What are the things, what are the advantages of reading and comprehension is that we will not only know what it is, at the same time we are able to learn it properly. So learning happens, there is a change either in our thinking, there is a change either or in our perception, or in our emotion, or in our action. If there is no change in any of these, then the learning has not occurred. We just know. Just knowledge is not going to benefit us basically because we are not using that knowledge for ourselves. So at least we should change our thought process. I was thinking like that earlier, now that I know, I am changing the thinking. But if you don't change the thinking and if you still know, it doesn't help them. For instance, let us say, I know a lot about swimming, but I don't know how to swim. Now all my knowledge, do you think is going to be useful to me? No. I can lecture about swimming, I can teach hundreds of people about how to swim, but when I am put into the water, I will drown. Okay, what we are dealing with is the language areas of the brain. This is situated in the left hemisphere of the brain. So there are two areas, one is called Broca's area, which is situated in the front portion, and Wernicke's area, which is situated in the rear portion. Now this is nearer, Broca's area is nearer to the motor area of the brain, which controls actually the movements and other things, which is where talking and writing happens from that area, and reading and listening is controlled in the Wernicke's area. Now because now we are dealing with reading, we are actually programming the Wernicke's area, which gets processed properly, so that it can be used by the brain for other purposes. The rest of the areas of the brain, they are called association areas, which will have different kinds of information which can help transmit the information whenever the necessity is there. So it is not that all information is stored in one. There are billions of neurons, actually there are 100 billion neurons, but how well we use it depends upon us. So if you know how to actually program ourselves, it becomes easy for us to use our capability. Okay? So which we will see how we go about it. Now this is what we are going to deal with in terms of what we are doing in reading ability. There are 5 pillars. Unlike 4 pillars, I have added an extra center pillar. There are 5 pillars: tracking, saccade, eye movement, scanning, and parallel process. Now these, each one of them will be doing some exercise to see how exactly it works in our brain. Many a times we assume that this is there, but actually these are all specific abilities and skills which can be trained and which can be definitely nurtured and which can be perfected, so that we can definitely use it whenever we want it, the way we want it. Here's the advantage. Then there are some pointers for developing reading skills. What is it that we should do? What is it that we should not do? What is it that we should not do is definitely greater than what we should do. Today we do too many things, which is what comes in the way of our doing things. Many times people ask me, what else should I do? So I always tell them, don't ask me what you should do, please ask me what you should not do. Because there are so many things you are doing. See, this is the difference between an amateur and a professional. An amateur does too many things. A professional does only what is necessary. Okay? So, some of those pointers will help you to actually develop your reading skills, practice it in a proper way. Then how to actually practice also will be given to you. Actual reading happens very little. In your actual reading behavior, if you analyze, 80% of the time is taken by other things than reading. Only 20% of the time we are reading, which is why our retention is only 35% or less. If we are able to know all these loopholes, we can rectify it. Because we don't know, we can't rectify. We can't change what we don't know. Once we know, we can at least make an attempt to change.